So what do we have here? Okay, what we have here is a lot of rain. We got rain for 2 days straight, non-stop. You'd think that, okay, well, it's only 2 days, but it was non-stop. And the grass went crazy. So this is a 1 week customer. If I were to come back here in 2 weeks, this yard would be 2.5 feet tall. This is 1 week, fertilized, really heavy. So you can see it. It is. Yeah. I'm half tempted to run to 0 over it, but I'm going to do the whole thing with the time cutter because that's what I have it for. Let's see what happens. Alright, hey, welcome back everybody. Hey, thanks for supporting the channel. If you're just stopping by for the first time, if you'd like, don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe. It's free, there's no cost to you. It just basically tells YouTube that you like this type of content and that you would probably enjoy seeing some more. So when you get a chance, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button before you do anything else. Now that we've got that out of the way, thanks for watching. I know, that's stupid. Anyway, but, look, this is the Toro TimeMaster that I have the love-hate relationship with. This is like a girlfriend, you know what I mean? You know, she cuts the best, but man, she's a pain in the ass. Anyway, so, yeah, I can't live without it. You know how it is. It cuts great. Now that they've added just a little bit more pounds-feet of torque to it, not necessarily that the horsepower really went up that much, but whatever they've done to this newer model is working better. Now, I've had the newer model, the one before this one, but what I was not paying attention to was the slipping of the cable that runs the belt that controls blade speed. That you got to watch out for, because if not, the mower can be a terrible experience like I had. But that now that I have adjusted that cable and keep an eye on it, it cuts way better. Now, this is a high production model, so luck of the draw, you might get one that's goofy, you might get one that's perfect. So it's what it is. Alright, so I'm going to be quick about this. I'm going to show you the triple bypass cut, patented by yours truly, Lawn Mow Kai Lo. So this is how it works. You take a pass with the side chute going one direction. You go 2 or 3 over so that the side chute blows it back over to the other side. As you can see, the arrow is pointing. Now what you're doing here is you're going to go 2 or 3 over. You want the grass to keep going back into that spot, because what you're going to do now is you're going to keep moving that grass down to the left, or whatever side you choose, but primarily this is the way you're going to do it. And we're going to herd this grass all the way to one side. So when you get to the end of it, you might have to cut it over again, or you can use a bag to get it up, or you can mulch it, or you can, I don't know, you can rake it up, but this is without using a bag. So comes in handy, this technique that I've learned trial and error, and I like using this technique. So you can see this area here, you're never going to go over it again because it's perfectly cleaned up, and you keep keeping it away from the patio or a pool or an area or some sort of situation like that. And like I said, this is without a bag. Of course you can bag, and I have bagged in the past, but time is money and the situation calls for me to do this, so I'm doing this. Anyway, it is what it is. We change it up, keep it fresh, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? It's just the way I do things. So there you go, maybe you learned something. Or not. Also keep in mind, with this mower, to use the mulch, you need to be with the grass is not as thick, or you have to lift the deck up higher to mulch it in thick grass like this. That's why I'm using the side discharge, because putting less strain on the engine, and it's allowing the clippings to blow out. This is just what I decided to do with this particular lawn, and sometimes I do just mulch it, but I would have to lift the deck up even higher, or the grass can't be as thick when I come out to cut it, if you know what I'm talking about. So that's stuff that you have to learn when you're cutting grass. You have to learn the processes of what works better, and when you learn it, you know it, and you're not trying to figure it out when you get there. So that just comes with experience, and experience. It just comes with time, comes with actual getting out there and doing the work and trying different things. Don't be afraid to try something, you know? And that's how I learned this. I just tried it. I said, you know what? I'm always doing this, doing that. Just try something. This might not work for everybody, but hey, it works for me sometimes, or most of the time. So that's what this is all about, right? We're sharing our experiences, and I hope this may help somebody else that has never even thought of trying this particular method of cutting. And you can also do this when the grass gets really thick like this, because then you can just rake it up when you get to the one spot. So you're kind of pushing the grass to it. You're herding the grass basically to an area. As you can see, this grass was cut twice, which means I bypassed the third cut. And that's why I'm calling this the triple bypass, because I'm not cutting it a third time, which would make sense if you had to, because I'm blowing all the clippings. I don't know, it makes sense to me. Enjoy the show. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Anyway, thank you.
No bagging at all. No bagging. And that's the environmentally way to cut your grass. All that nutrient went back in the yard. When I started cutting this grass, that's exactly what I thought, but that's exactly what the lawn treatment guy said. Stop bagging your grass and start mulching it or letting it lay, and it's built the ground up. So now from time to time you may want to bag it, but if you're going to bag it, you're going to be bagging it at a much lower level of grass. Now I could have bagged this and the yard would have probably looked immaculate, but in reality I would have gotten paid probably the same, and it would have taken me 3 times as longer. And at this point they're comfortable with this because the results are good. And plus, per the lawn guy, he said to do that. He said stop bagging it, so I wasn't really bagging it, but I was mulching it originally. Actually, that's not true. I did bag a little bit, but look at the front. So now this is June. You got to lift your mower up. So I was cutting it a little bit lower. I was cutting it on D. Now I'm cutting it on C. And ideally, I can cut it on B. That's what comes before C, right? Cut it on B, but with this mower, the grass has got to be really, really, really thick in order for it to look like you're cutting something. So with this grass thick at the back, I can. The front, I can't, because the front's got some tall fescue in here in some spots. So ideally, depending on what you want to pay for, I can go over this 2 more times and to make the front yard look like a golf course. But that's a regular maintenance cut right there, so you're good to go. Like I said, I didn't do the triple bypass in the front. I didn't need it because it's not as thick. The back needed it, so I did the triple bypass in the back, and it's basically a double cut. So there you go.